Nigeria. How DSS rescued 21 Almajarai from a Jos church. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The Department of State Security, DSS, has raided a house located at JMDB quarters in the Chikdren community of Jos North local government area of Plateau State, where the operative rescued 21 young people, including Almajarai. The Jamaatul Nasrul Islam (GNI), while confirming the incident, told Daily Trust that the rescue victim told the group during interrogation that they were forcefully brought to the house and converted to Christianity. The General Secretary of the Evangelical Church Winning or ECWA, Reverend Yunusa Namdo, said the house, which was raided by the DSS, was under the custody of the church, but denied that it was used to convert people to Christianity, adding the claim should be discarded. Daily Trust report that the DSS raided the house on June 14th and recovered the victims, who were said to have been brought to Jos from another state. The raid of a house, according to the GNI Director Aid Group Plateau State Chapter and Chief Security Officer CSO, Jos Central Mosque, Danjuma Khalid, came after one of the victims, Abdurrahman Husseini, who escaped from the house, reported that they have been camped in the house for 8 months. Khalid said the DSS operative raided the house following GNI's report. On June 13th, a group of people, including Abdurrahman, who ran away from the house, met me here in the Central Mosque, saying that they had come to report an issue regarding forceful adoption and conversion of their peoples to Christianity by ECWA Church in Jos. While narrating the incident, the escapee told me that he and one other, Nura Usama, were forcefully taken by some individuals in a Camry Toyota car from Gombe to ECWA headquarters Jos, and after being documented, they were later taken to a house at Tudunwada where they were camped, and that he had run away, leaving his brother Nura at the house. On June 14th, we reported the case to the DSS Plateau State Command, and the escapee narrated to the DSS how they were taken from Gombe to Jos, and now he escaped from the house into Ndonwada area. Immediately after he reported to the matter, the DSS swung into action. The operative of the command went to the house in Ndonwada alongside the escapee, stormed the premises and rescued 21 children. He said, when victims were brought to the DSS State Command, 2 of the victims, Abdurrahman Husseini and Nura Usama, were handed over to the GNI, the uncle to Abdurrahman, and the teacher, while the remaining victims were left under the custody of the DSS until their parents or relatives were found. How we were brought from Gombe to Jos. Abdurrahman, who is originally from Almajarai in Bauchi State, said he was taken to Gombe town for Quranic school, from where he was taken to ECWA Church in Jos. He said sometime in October 2021, while returning to his school located around the Pantami area, they were called by some individuals who asked them to wash their car, a Toyota Camry, but he told them that it was already night, but they were immediately shoved into the car. They took us to ECWA Church, to Mufere and Gombe, and we spent 3 weeks there. They told us on the last day of the weeks that we should get ready to travel to Jos. By 4 a.m. of that very day, we were already on the road, and by 9 a.m., we arrived at the ECWA headquarters in Jos. I did not know Jos. This was my first time of coming to Jos. We told them to take us back to Gombe because our parents did not know our whereabouts. They refused, and the day after, they moved us to a house in Ndonwada where we spent 8 months. Throughout the period, we were taught Christian religious knowledge. We were taught different subjects that we have to do with Christianity, but we were well taken care of. Whatever you needed, they provided us with it. Food was always available. After spending 6 weeks, we were taken back to ECWA Good News located around Ahmadu Bello Way for church service and other church activities. Abdurrahman further said on June 13th he was able to escape from the house after he scaled the fence and ran to the town, pleading with the people to help him return to Almajarai in Bauchi State. He was later taken to the chairman of the cabbage section of Faringada Market Adamu Alaji Adamu, who hails from Almajarai town. Those found were not forcefully brought to the house. Ekwa. The Secretary General of the Church, while responding to the matter, told Daily Trust that those who were found at the house were not forcefully brought there, as claimed by the victims, saying the claims were probably meant to tarnish the image of the church. He said the church was not converting anybody to Christianity. He said there is nothing close to that. ECWA is a global organization and is involved in a lot of projects. We have healthcare institutions, spiritual warfare, empowerment, and so on. That house that was raided is one of the places we have and use it to help people irrespective of their ethno-religious affiliation. The place is just like a school where somebody has to bring you. We don't accept anybody below 18 years. We charge people money for admitting you into the school. We train them on different businesses. You will spend 1 year before you graduate. Asked if the Department of State Services told the church why they raided the house and rescued 21 persons, the Secretary General said the DSS may be in the best position to respond to this question. The people do not know what the house is meant for, and you know that the DSS will not tell you everything. On the issue of the escapee, Abdurrahman and his brother, Nura Usama, who were brought from Gombe, Reverend Madu said, the two of them don't have to run because they have been there for 7 months. One of the policies of the house is that whoever is tired of a program, he can leave at his will. He has no reason to run because we're not the ones that brought him. Asked how much is being charged for the enrollment into the program, he said he did not know. There is someone who should know about the registration fee. It is a global organization, so we have lots of institutions. I only know that the place is being run, but I cannot give you the details of the registration fee. He also said he did not know those who brought the 2 brothers to the house from Gombe. I would not know because I am not working with a student, and I do not know how much about what the DSS found after interrogating the 2 persons you're talking about. They left home since October last year, victims Chicha. Malam Mohammed Misbahu, a resident of Bomala community in Ako local government area of Gombe State, who is the teacher of Abdurrahman and Nura in Gombe, explained how the students who were brought to him to acquire Quranic knowledge disappeared since October last year. He said between October 15th and 20th last year we tried all we could to find out their whereabouts but couldn't. I called the parents in Almajarai to ask if they had traveled home without my consent, and they told me that none of them had returned. We were worried and I engaged in prayers. Interesting. Well. This, I don't believe this at all. I'm so sorry. People who do this, we all know that it is safe. If you flip it, we all know people who do this. Of course, something is fishy somewhere. Maybe Ekwa Church has said something and did not sit right with authorities and they're trying to frame them up for this. Sincerely, I know that this is not true. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.